Welcome in, Josh. Hey, kitty. I'm just sitting out here having a cigarette, waiting for everybody to jump in. Tonight, it's going to be a little bit of a mix and match. Shirley, what's going on? That's why I'm sitting out here, because it's good background noise. It's better than the hooligans. At least they're laughing, so that's good. I'm not hating. So I don't know if you guys got a chance to check out my post. It was before the pictures I posted. I know Kitty's seen it. Just to make it clear, if you are on Facebook and you are a friend of mine and you would like to be part of the Wolf Tribe chat, feel free to message me on Facebook, and I will add you up. I haven't started the Wolf. I haven't started the Wolf chat, the Wolf Tribe chat on Instagram yet. But it's probably on its way soon. Well, yeah, that's the whole thing, right? Instead of repeating myself 30,000 times, well, not that many, I'm exaggerating a little bit. I can at least post the updates in the tribe group, and then at least the tribe knows what's going on. The skanky ass, stupid, pathetic, dirty, scoundrel fucking scabs are trying it. Welcome in, Max. Emma. Well, that's the thing. Like, they're fucking around and finding out. Do you think I want them to meet their maker? You know, for all the death magic they throw at me? Thinking that they're stronger than I am? Thinking that they're higher ranked than I am? Now, I'm not the bee's knees, mind you. You know, I know there's people out there higher ranked than I am. That's fine. I still remain humbled. I'm simply talking about the scabs that choose to try to smile in my face and laugh behind my back. Hey Sheila, welcome in. So tonight I think is going to be a readings night. I need to make some money. Some money, money, money. It's literally the only thing that's probably going to get me out of here. I have an appointment tomorrow. I'll leave it open just a little bit, because I'm probably going to go back out there. But I will eventually close it later on. I don't know about you, but I like a little bit of fresh air. Mr. UFO, hello. Ay, 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 ay. So, if you have it and you'd like a message, it's $1 a card. I know that's not going to make me a lot of money, but I like to give back and be charitable. Even though my life seems to be going to shit because of the fucking scabs. You know, they tell me, oh, why can't you just let it go? Why can't you just move on? Okay, yeah, let go and let it go and move on. And then I'll let it go. How about that? Seems like a plan to me. But I can't help that the karmics watch me all the time. I can't help that I pick up on their fucking skanky ass energy all the time. Lurking gherkins in the background. Right? So I could do a 1 to 5 collective, or we can just jump into readings. Maybe we'll do a poll for that. You better be careful, chicken. I ate you for dinner. Don't be spamming my chat, 20. You too, Ghost. It's one of the main rules in my chat. Don't be spamming my chat. What does that even mean? Thank you, kitty. I'll give you a card out of the Lightworkers Oracle for the $5 holla. Unless you want a dragon card, or what's the vibe, or a tarot card. I give you one card out of the Oracle, of the Lightworkers Oracle, or I will give you 5 cards out of the Tarot, the Vibe, or the whatever else. Super chat train all aboard. Woo woo. Aw, thank you. So what's it going to be? One card, because it takes a lot of reading for the Lightworkers Oracle. Do you want one of the Oracle, or do you want 5 tarot? Hey Whispers, welcome in. I'm doing considerably well, considering. Do you want a Lightworkers Oracle, or do you want 5 tarot, kitty? And the same to Josh. What would you like? Okay, well, I will do 2 Lightworkers Oracle to start off the evening. Off the top and off the bottom. No, we're not doing that one again. No, we're not doing that one either. I want to do something new. I want to do a new one. I don't want to do one I already read. Okay, sure. I think I've done that one already, but we'll go with it. So, we got Reassurance of the Golden Light. And Divine Talents. It's just the glare from the light. I think that's what it is. Move this a little bit different. Which way do we want to go? Let's go with that one. Turn it down just a little bit. I'm still doing the poll, so we're going to work on that once I get some... we got 17 votes and only 9 people in the room. That's weird. Come on, YouTube, get it together. got a better idea. Great Spirit, guides, guards, protectors, angels, ancestors, divine light. Please be here to hang out with me and my tribe as I do readings, or a reading, or a collective, or whatever it decides to be. Please protect me while I do that. And let anything sent my way be specifically ill will of any kind. Aww. I lost 3 subscribers in less than an hour. Poor thing. That's okay. Last week I got 53 subscribers. I wonder if they just decided to subscribe just to unsubscribe later, like they usually do. That's okay. No big deal. Welcome in, Jack. Hey Max, you're loving and ruthless all at the same time, and that's why I like you. So the 36 and 39. Let's look at that angel number just for shits. We'll start it off with an angel number. Never gonna get me down. Never gonna draw me down. Oh no. Gotta keep on moving. Never gonna break my stride. Yeah, gotta keep on moving. 36, 39. What do we got? The hell? That didn't work out the way I wanted it to. 36, 39 angel number. Alright. Positivity and philanthropy. Based on 36, 39 angel number symbolism, you should try and make a difference in someone's life. Put a smile on their face. Significance and meaning of angel number 36, 39. When you keep on seeing angel number 3639 everywhere, know that your guardian angels are sending you a gentle reminder. They want you to put your life into perspective. The divine realm wants you to take responsibility for your life and do good things for yourself. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. It reveals that your guardian angels are urging you to keep your thoughts as positive as possible. Challenge, but I'm working on it. Ensure that you have a positive attitude towards life at all times. I do my best, considering the state of things. You should know that positive energies do not make part of your life if you fill your mind with negativity. Do not let all the negatives in your life hinder you from reaching your highest potential. Well, yeah, I feel like I'm getting gaslit right now. Anyway, negativity will hinder you from envisioning the future that is just in front of you. Call upon your guardian angels to help you get rid of all your anxiety, fear, and worry. The fear of the unknown should not hinder you from stepping out of your comfort zone. Positivity will enable you to be motivated to chase after your dreams. Yeah, thank you, Kitty. It'll make a lot more sense to the situation. Welcome in, Nick. Your life is pretty well a nightmare. Right from childhood, Nick. And you go through multiple different dark nights of the soul. And I don't know, pretty well everybody that you choose to share your heart with or give compassion to, it seems as though they end up betraying you. You end up alone for quite a lot of it. You're put in isolation. You go through major trials and errors. And although you're very talented, chosen ones usually have the Midas touch. They have a bit of a glow about them, energetically. People would sooner sabotage you and tear you down than build you up. Like the average person, right? Not to say that everyone does that. But it's very difficult to keep friends because of your energy, your energetic frequency. Because chosen ones, light workers, earth angels, are very high vibing individuals. So you have a very hard time finding people that can actually relate to you and see eye to eye with you. Yeah. Yep. Like a phoenix out of the ashes. So the secret influence of 3639 number. Your guardian angels are telling you that what you keep thinking about will manifest in your life in one way or another. Ensure that you have positive thoughts at all times so that the positive things manifest in your life. Be careful about your thoughts, actions, and words because what you project into the universe will bring your way. The meaning of 3639 reveals that you should envision your dreams and then work on achieving all of them. Hard work and determination will enable you to get closer to achieving your goal. Not this shit again. To achieving your goals in life. Focus on using your gifts and talents to make your dreams a reality, and let your focus be on maintaining a happy, positive, and peaceful life. Yeah. Yeah, when pigs fly. It is at times hard to remain positive in this world, you bet. But you have to try your best. Yeah. Your guardian angels are urging you to rise above all the challenges you face now in life. These challenges should not define your life, and be confident and strong to overcome them and prepare a better future for yourself and your loved ones. Be a wise and better person and know how to deal with the tough situations in your life. Yeah, with a fucking jackhammer to the head. If anything you indulge in does not give you great satisfaction, you are allowed to walk away from the same and find your true passion. Oh, I am, eh? Yeah, okay. I feel so gaslit right now reading this. The number 3639 is a sign that great things await you in the future. Well, fucking let's go. You should be ready to take your love life to the next level. Oh, I tried that. Got my head shattered out. So I'll just love myself and the tribe, and I'll keep it at that. The time has come to appreciate your partner. What partner? For everything they do for you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They shattered my heart and left me for dead. Awesome. Yeah. I appreciate you. Anyway, your guardian angels are telling you that you should always be available to your loved ones and ensure that you spend quality time with them and get to know them better. Well, this is what I'm trying to do by hanging out with my tribe. You know, I still have my sense of humor, maybe slightly sarcastic, but I still have my sense of humor. Welcome in, Ryan. Same here, Nick. Like, 2 nights before Christmas. And Christmas was already a hard time for me since my grandmother passed away. So I know that it was intentional that they did it that way. Yep. They pretty well left me with no other choice but to leave. Otherwise, I was going to snap out. And I would sooner leave than snap out. Fill your life with love, and the divine realm will reward you with more love. Love is a beautiful thing to have. I'm just going to be done with this one. Maybe go to a different one. Because this, yeah. Totally not resonating. Sunsigns.org, you're broken. I don't think I've felt so gaslit in all my life. That one's a little bitter. So Synced is saying that 3639 angel number centers around encouragement, enthusiasm, and taking action. It encourages positivity and motivation as you work towards your goals. So yeah, we'll just leave it at that, and I'll get into the cards. Note to self, sunsigns.org is not the place to go. At least for me, my opinion. No offense to the website, it just did not roll with me tonight. So reassurance of the golden light. This is the beautiful card, just to see it again. Check out the description box, Sway. So this golden light comes to you as a gift of great grace and reassurance. It is an embrace from the universe, an expression of divine comfort and a sign of hope. When the golden light appears, it is a sign that everything in your life, even the most troubling matters, is going to work out perfectly. They are held in the graceful hand of the divine and will be resolved more swiftly and beautifully than you might expect. The golden light is a very real phenomenon, although you may only perceive it when you are particularly relaxed and your clairvoyance is already developed. However, whether you see it physically or not, it is real and powerful. If you could see it clairvoyantly, it would look similar to the golden rays of the setting sun. The same warm, loving glow is cast over your heart and mind when the golden light is shining upon you. If you're in a room, when it comes upon you, you will wonder if a light has been switched, as the glow is as noticeable as if a lamp had been placed in your room, its warmth illuminating the space. In truth, grace and divine assistance are always there for the asking, but there are times when we are in need of extra support. During such time, ironically enough, we can forget to ask for help. Perhaps you are struggling with a particularly difficult time and an initiation or a challenging choice lies before you. Or maybe you have taken a leap and just need to know that you are doing the right thing. And somehow, even though you don't feel in control of what is happening, it's going to work out. When the golden light is given to you, it is freely done so, as a gift from the heart of the universe. It is letting you know that you are a child of the universe and you are dearly loved. It is also reminding you that on the path, the struggle to continue with trust, patience, faith, and courage. It can seem almost overwhelming. However, I need some coffee. However, the universe is with you, supporting, loving, and believing in you every step of the way. You are not alone. You are never forgotten, and you are always loved and encouraged to take your journey. You are reminded that the universe is smiling upon you. There are times when you will call upon the golden light because you know that you are in need of that loving consciousness, and it is appropriate that you do this. You can use the invocation below. There are times, however, when you will just feel, sense, see, or know that the golden light is being given to you as a spiritual gift from the universe. Such is the case now, as you have been drawn to this oracle. You are being asked to just feel peace, trust, and know that everything is working out perfectly. And you don't have to worry. Even though you don't know why you should possibly feel that way, the golden light is wisdom and love. It knows, and sometimes that's all you need to know in order to be at peace. Right? Yeah, I rebuke it. It's not my throat chakra, whispers. If you were here the other night, it's not my throat chakra. It's spell work. It was confirmed to me that it's spell work. The other night, went to my stomping ground, and I'm hanging out there, and I was literally yawning every 20 seconds, 30 seconds. I had a huge, overwhelming yawn session, and as soon as I stopped with the cards and I packed it all up, it just went away like nothing, and I was wide awake. But every yawn, it's like I got more tired and more tired and more tired. So, anyway. The invocation for this card, a reassurance of the golden light, is as follows. I call upon the reassurance of the golden light, the comfort of the divine spirit, and the loving grace of the universe. Thank you for being with me now, for bringing me peace and reassurance that even in my darkest moments, thank you for sharing a special truth with me, that you love and hold and cherish and assist me always. I love you. Thank you for loving me too. May the golden light heal all beings of fear and doubt, gently bestowing mercy, compassion, and the loving reassurance of divine presence into the hearts of all, through divine grace and our own free will. So be it. And I totally get it, Whispers, and I agree with you. You know, I do agree with you to some degree. You know, there's different times. There's a time and a place for everything. So I'm not disagreeing with you. But there's particular situations where that has actually come into play. So I'm gonna just say that. 38, 39. So divine talents. That's this one. Oh, welcome in, Nancy. Welcome in, Midnight. Oh, thank you. Thank you about the hair comment. You are a talented soul. Over many lifetimes, you have developed your spiritual abilities to channel higher awareness, attract healing energy, and radiate light to uplift the consciousness of those around you. Your divine talents are many and uniquely expressed through you. Your talents do not have to resemble those of another to have their own inestimable value. Do not be afraid to use them. Divine talents are a way in which the universe reminds us of what we are here to do. Divine talents are unlimited. They include the ability to channel spiritual guidance and healing energy, to perceive clairvoyantly, and be psychic and empathic. Other spiritual talents are the ability to release earthbound spirits, earth healing techniques such as working with energy grids, as well as healing ability with crystals and the many and varied technologies of light. Sandman, can you go away? Please. I'd really appreciate it. I wasn't yawning before my live. You can wait till after the live. Okay? Thanks. And if it is a confirmation by chance, I got it. Okay? I try my best and I do my best to speak truth. I do not need a confirmation of the truth that I speak. I'm very intentional with my words. There are other spiritual talents too. These include writing, performing, sound healing, dancing to awaken awareness, creating art, photography, or divinely inspired tools and jewelry, cooking food that heals body and spirit is a spiritual talent, as are the abilities to bring people together, to offer comforting and inspiring words at the right time, to help others overcome fear and feel more at peace in the moment. Of importance and more. You could use your divine talents in your career as a healer, in your work, in the corporate world, or in your stay-at-home role as a parent, helping to raise more conscious, secure, empowered children in a world that is desperate need of strong, spiritually grounded leaders for the future. You can use your talents to create a vocation that truly inspires you, to bring your light to the world. You can use them in a line of the grocery store. The point is that you use them. This oracle comes to you with a message. You have spiritual talents, some of which have been developed in other lifetimes and will simply and suddenly spring back to life, as if from out of the blue this lifetime. Others need a little more attention, patience, and effort to be brought to the life in the world. This is particularly the case if you This is particularly the case for you at this time if you have also drawn or are attracted to read the message now, the Oracle of Past Life Activation. Sometimes there's fear in sharing talents. You may have a subconscious or a very conscious past life recollection that involves shame, isolation, ridicule, fear, or even torture or death as a response to your sharing your talents for healing and helping others. Do I need to have a whole pot of coffee first? Maybe you fear your spiritual talent will not allow you to meet your material needs, or that others will reject or deny your talent. I can relate. even if you know it to be authentic and helpful. On point. Or perhaps you need to acknowledge your talents yourself. Believe in yourself and your abilities and in your capabilities to use those talents in a constructive, healing way. Keep developing your talents until your own unique expression comes to life. Whoever's doing this, they can fuck right off. I rebuke it, I send it back. May you sleep for 10 months straight. It's either that or have a bunch of fucking nightmares to leave me alone. Don't give up in the early and possibly awkward stages, dismissing your abilities as less than those of another. Trust that there is something very real and worthwhile in you. Do not dismiss or diminish your potential. Treat yourself as an investment worthy of development and give yourself a chance. Enough time, attention, and practice will discover what you are really capable of. The universe knows, and soon, so shall you. This oracle also reminds you to do what makes you happy, to chase your sacred bliss and express yourself in a world via unique special abilities that the divine has bestowed upon you. When you follow what you love, you are on the right path, and you shall succeed. All-loving universe, teach me to realize and trust in my divinely given talents. I ask for your unconditionally loving assistance in releasing any block or obstacle to the full development and joyful expression of my spiritual gifts in the world. Help me find the courage and boldness within that I need to believe in myself and be completely empowered to make my loving contribution to the world. Through our own free will and divine merciful grace, so be it. Would you believe it? I got through. Got through it. Alright, so we got 32 votes and only 19 people. Okay. Alright, we're almost neck and neck with the 1 to 5 in the general collective. We got 26% mini reads. So we're sitting at, it looks like 41% with the 1 to 5 collective reads. And 32% with general collective. You keep a knocking, but you can't come in. You keep a knocking, but you can't come in. You keep a knocking, but you can't come in. All right. We will do 1 to 5 collective reads. So pick your funky number, 1 through 5. Keep it to yourself. Don't put it in the chat. I don't want to know, and I don't want the chat knowing either. It's none of anybody's business which one you pick. So I'm going to start off with the voice of souls. And then I will do a 4-stack with clarifiers. Hey, Julian. I agree with Max. 100%. I might seem like I'm ignoring you guys in the chat, but I'm just simply channeling. So please don't take that personal. Nancy, Archangel Michael's already here. I'm not ignoring you, Ryan. Well, sometimes people don't even know how they are. Sometimes they don't even know who they are. So to get a response from those types of people is like pulling teeth out of a shark. All right, so 1 through 5. Well, you're welcome to hang out in the chat here. You're always welcome here. But again, don't take it personally if I'm ignoring you or your question or whatever. I have some comments come through and some don't, really. So some of the comments come through, you might get a response. Some comments don't come through because I have it on lockdown pretty well, for the most part. But I can relate. I can totally relate to what you're going through, Ryan. You are not alone in this sediment. somebody's being warned. Because somebody doesn't want to take another look at a situation. Because by taking another look at a situation, it would bring someone freedom. However, respect was given all around. It would create a lot less sadness. And I think it would help the world to step into a new timeline. It would help spread forgiveness. But I'm also getting somebody doesn't regret what they've done. Somebody doesn't regret their actions that they've taken on you. I'm actually quite drawn to the case of the Ace of Swords. And the steps to enlightenment. Sometimes Ryan, sometimes all you need is just a nod, maybe a smile, and maybe a grin, an acknowledgement. Even walking down the street to acknowledge the other people. But some people don't even want to be acknowledged. They want to be hidden. Some people don't want to talk. And that's truly okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people just want to be in their own energy, which is understandable. Don't allow other people's opinions or actions determine your self-worth, or whether or not you're good enough or worthy enough to speak to. Because it ultimately shows and reflects who they are. Spirit's saying something along the lines of, don't take things so personal. There are certain people out there, such as myself, not pertaining to you specifically, but we all be going through it, right? And now, I'm not making any excuses, but some people don't know how to feel. Some people don't know how to react. Some people don't have an answer for you. Some people don't feel they're worthy of giving an answer. And that would be a shame for you to take it personally, if somebody doesn't even have an answer for you. It's a very odd world out there. Unless it's directly aimed at you, I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's not a change of value, or it does not decide your character of who you are by other people's actions. If anything, the people that don't want to talk to you or don't want to acknowledge you, they're not meant to be in your energy. They're meant to be energies that just pass along the way. They just become part of the scenery. As Dolores Canyon used to say, there's people like actors. They're only there to play a part. Whether it's good or bad, they're there to play a part. For that moment in time, it could be a distraction or a blessing, depending on the frequency. And another thing, when you're looking at different relationships, different connections, different frequencies, different people, different understandings, although there are some out there that have the same understanding as you, there's going to be others that don't. And it's something that you just kind of need to kind of roll with, just as much as I do. I used to take things so much more personal. I used to be validated, and I thought, well, if my family doesn't think I'm worth anything, then why would I be worth anything? By taking it personal about what other people think, it's almost as if you're giving your power away to them. You're submitting to their chaos. When there's such a better timeline for you to stand on. And usually this better timeline requires you to have faith and worthiness of self, validity, intention, integrity for yourself. But to feel yourself lesser than because of someone else's opinion, that's not your business. Ultimately, it's not your business what other people think of you. Just as it's not my business what my haters are saying. I'm just sharing a point of view. I know that it's not personal, Ryan. I'm just sharing a point of view to help you kind of maybe wrap your head around it. Okay? Welcome in, Marie. We haven't even started yet, Julian. Okay. We're doing number 1 right now. All right, Spirit, can I get 3 cards to start off with reading number 1, please? One more card. Pretty please. Pick it from the middle? Okay, Spirit. That I will. So number 1. Your Voice of Soul Oracle cards. We've got It's Not Me. We've got Karmic Relationship. And we have Fears in the reverse. So, the situation is here. Okay. Okay, Max, when people are going to tell me that I look like a particular person, tell them that they owe me a $20 super chat. It's an inside joke. Specifically, a lot of people that, there's a lot of people that come in there, right? If they feel like they want to judge me, they should pay me for it. That's just my thought. I'm going to top up my coffee. But I'm going to say this. Somebody doesn't want to take accountability for their karmic decisions, right? But they're complacent. And they released any fears or any hang-ups considering it. All right? And I'm really kind of getting a really despicable energy on this one. That's why I need more coffee. So I'll be right back. All right. What's the situation with the number 1 reading? Can I get a clarification on these? Can I get 2 cards each for clarification right off the top? Spirit. Pretty please. Yeah. So, number one, this particular energy that doesn't want to take accountability, they were there. They watched everything unfold. They were they were there talking about it. They were there amongst it. They were there in the mix. We've got the Page of Swords and the Eight of Swords in reverse. So what this is telling me is that they were there. They see things very, very clearly. It's not something that they're up in their head about, clearly. And they know exactly what they did. Okay? The karmic relationship card. This karmic relationship was to get you out of your comfort zone. It was to get you an awakening. It was also to open up old wounds that you thought you would that you healed. And it's almost kind of giving me a reconciliation, that they want a reconciliation just to do it again. Whatever they've done to do karmic shenanigans in your direction. I don't know if you heard that. But the no fears. Somebody doesn't give a shit the fact that they lied. They didn't give two shits because they thought they were getting some sort of recognition for it. They thought they were getting some sort of accolades. They thought they were going to get something out of it. Can I get one more for each one? Number one, whoever lied on you, the tables are turning. The Six of Wands and the Sun. So things are going to be revealed. The truth is going to be revealed. To some degree, it's going to sting, but eventually it will bring you joy. To some degree. The karmic relationship with the Hermit and the Ten of Swords in reverse. It was to open up old wounds, right? To rip you out of your awakening. And this was actually meant to put you to rest. I'm really picking up on a very envious energy with this particular karmic relationship card. They had definitely a motive. They had a scheme. Thank you, Sway. The It's Not Me. They talked a lot of shit. Apparently they have something to say. But it's almost like you already knew. that they weren't going to take accountability. It's almost as if they were talking shit on purpose. Now, whoever this reading is for, you've been through a lot. You've had to deal with a lot of rumors, a lot of bullshit, a lot of deception, a lot of lies. But the truth will come out because somebody wasn't nurturing your truth. They were ultimately trying to get clout off of ripping you apart. And I've got full body goosebumps with that. So that's a confirmation. The situation is we could very well be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, particularly in their feminine energy, karmic feminine energy. They were trying to get recognition and blessings and joy out of speaking lies on you. Fearless, fearless. She did not care as long as she was getting some sort of recognition. And just as much as you sit in the sun too long, you end up getting burnt out. And just as much as things are revealed, it tends to sting a little. But I really do kind of feel that the tables are turning on this particular liar. Very, very deceitful, very dark energy. And it's a real shame that they ended up having to go to that extent. Because not only did they defame them, try to defame you, they defamed their own character. And it brought you more joy and recognition than it did her. So that is the oracle clarification. We're going to look into a 5-stack reading for you with clarifications. And then we're going to move on to reading number 2. Spirit, right off the top, can I get a 5-stack? Pretty please. Okay. We got the 7 of feathers on the bottom of the deck. You've had to be very, very strategic in your situation. And we have the 6 of wands coming out yet again. And we have also the 5 of wands, or acorns. The Empress, upright, and the Love in reverse. So this is definitely dealing with the Gemini. This is definitely the fact that you close this off. And by closing this off, it's almost as if they didn't want you to have any type of balance coming to you. Okay? It was a one-sided, non-reciprocal situation. And I'm really kind of getting the fact that you were very, very compassionate where it came to this person, whoever this might have been. And they siphoned your energy quite a bit They drained you. So you might have found yourself exhausted. However, Archangel Michael was in the building, protecting you from this individual. Confirmation. This person disempowered you when all you did is give compassion. Another fiver. Thank you so much, Josh. Archangel Michael helped you continue to focus on the future, despite how much they dimmed your light. And I do believe at some point you were going to snap. We have the Emperor here in the back, in the upside down. And we had the 3 of shells and the 4 of crystals as well. So not only did he balance you out from snapping out, somebody was celebrating at the fact that you were not in your upright. You were in your reverse. And this is what they wanted. They wanted you to look tyrannical. They wanted you to look out of control. They wanted you to snap out. And they were celebrating this. This was a triangulation. And ultimately, this was a very selfish energy. Usually I get a very focus on yourself kind of energy with the 4 of crystals. But this particular energy here that I'm picking up on is very, very selfish. Very entitled energy. And because of this, Archangel Michael helped you move and focus on the future. Focused on eyes on the prize, so to speak. Despite that they were trying to dim your light. Seven of acorns in the reverse. They wanted you to feel basically helpless. They wanted you disempowered. But all it did is make you love yourself. And because you loved yourself, and, you had no compassion towards them anymore, because you've clearly found them in a lie. They tried to open up old wounds. They tried to create destruction and chaos into your life. Spirit's saying Archangel Michael was there the whole time. From what I'm getting the energy-wise, he was there overtime. There was definitely overtime being had with that situation. You were being divinely protected. Guided, guarded, and protected. Who were they colluding with? Who were they triangulating with? Okay. Oh, they were triangulating quite possibly with another fire sign. But they were triangulating to defeat you, to make you feel helpless, to make you feel like all the work that you put in was for nothing. They didn't want you feeling like a warrior. They didn't want the chaos to end. Yeah, they were being very, very manipulative and very, very strategic and sneaky, thinking that they were going to get the upper hand, but they didn't. Because ultimately you stopped them right in their tracks with what they were trying to do. It's kind of giving me a feeling like they thought they were playing you, but you were actually not even playing the game. Because you're not a player. They were trying to play you right into a trap. And it was all based on jealousy and envy. And it's all because you didn't want to love these people. Dirty, dingy, degenerate, disgusting individuals. It's kind of giving the old witch from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This particular individual is all sweet to your face, but behind your back, she's literally a succubus kind of energy. Maybe the Sanderson sisters trying to suck the soul out of you. How are they trying to leave them helpless? 7 of acorns reversed. Yeah, 7 of acorns reversed. 7 of wands reversed. Exact same fucking card. They tried everything at all costs to end everything for you. What about the Emperor? Yeah, they didn't want you walking away. Being very emotionally manipulative. And they were trying to sabotage you. But making you look like you were self-sabotaging. Throwing rocks and hiding their hands. Very disgusting energy. Five of acorns. I really kind of get the fact that you were trying to reconcile. And there was no room for reconciliation because they felt entitled to your energy. And they wouldn't stop. They wanted you drained. That's it for you, number 1. I'll get you 3 what's the vibe. Because I'm just about finished with that energy. Head in the clouds, delusion, hopes and dreams, daydreaming. Toxic drama, arguments, and incompatible. Need I say more? Let's pick one from the middle of the deck, shall we? I'm not even going to look. What do we got? Yeah, bad choices, games. Mixed signals. I do believe karma is on their way. They thought they were going to reap a harvest from you, but they didn't. They reaped extreme karma. And if they haven't yet, they will. It's really unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right, number 2. Let's go. What's the scoop? Number 2. Oh. Can I get another one? Oh, as if. Free message, but nothing to pass on. So there's secrets, and there's a message of warning from Spirit. So the feeling I'm getting from this, number 2, somebody's harboring secrets. And this is a particular energy you're dealing with right now. And they don't plan on telling you this. But these secrets are regarding you. So because they're not willing to tell you that or pass the message on, Spirit's coming in with just a simple warning that if you sit there and you ponder backwards into the situation that you're dealing with a particular deceptive person, that things will come to light. Okay? Spirit is trying to send you a message. Spirit's trying to show you a message. So pay attention. Can I get a clarification on these cards, please? Yeah. That's pretty much it. Oh. Shit, eh? The secrets were all about breadcrumbing you. But it's kind of ironic that it kind of backfired in their face. Because you ended up balancing through the stagnance. You balanced out anyway. But they tried to bring you pretty well to your knees. They didn't want you moving forward. They didn't want you succeeding. And they felt by showing you a little bit of compassion and breadcrumbing you, that it would suffice. Now that's a confirmation. The free message is the fact that they wanted you to miss out. And they wanted everything of your talents to fall apart. And they initially put you into a dark night of the soul in order to heal those parts of you that didn't serve you to begin with. And I'm also hearing from Spirit that they wanted to get credit for putting you through this ascension. They're trying to take credit for this ascension when they have no business taking anything from that. They brought you chaos. They didn't bring you anything other than that. And it's based on principle. They felt entitled to your energy, right? And because they felt entitled to their that energy, this is why they tried to ruin you. Defame your character. Defame your actual talent, something that you're very good at. The message of warning, they're losing their mind. They're so pissed off at the fact that they can't even sleep at the fact that you're telling the truth and you're nurturing that truth. The fact that you figured out their chaos. And you know what's really odd? Message to pass on. They were disenfranchising you. They were trying to take away and disempower you. To take away your stamina and ability to move forward. But you stood on business. You stood on your intention. You stood on integrity. And you literally revealed everything that was in the dark. And I'm also hearing they're shook. They didn't realize you were actually going to figure it out. It basically only proved you right. That you were on the right track the whole time. I'm also hearing they're not laughing anymore. Right, number 2, what's the second reading? The second reading, stack of 5. Right off the top. Yeah, we got 7 of feathers, very strategic. Was what they were doing. 6 of feathers reversed. They didn't want you moving forward. They were manipulating you. But you remained patient. And you were very steadfast with your passion and what you were focusing on. And here's the Queen of Feathers again. You were nurturing your truth for what it was and what it needed to be. You stepped into this beautiful, abundant Empress energy, and it created a deep envy with this particular person. Queen of Crystals in the reverse. Very, very stingy. And not necessarily money, but very, very stingy in the sense that she was siphoning off your energy. And she was lying the whole time, being very deceptive. All the while you were being very integral. And despite the lies, you still found your self-worth. You still rose above it. You still created a better foundation for yourself, regardless what they did. And I'm also getting to hear that you're untouchable. 5 of feathers, 5 of acorns, and the 9 of feathers in reverse. So now everything is coming back to haunt them because you are showing up in this Empress energy regardless. So everything they were relying on you with, now they're having to either reconcile or being looked at like an idiot. They can't fight with you. They gotta stop. As well, because you are aware of the situation now. You were brought to the enlightening aspect of your gifts, of who you are, collective, and they couldn't handle that. They wanted it for themselves. And I'm kind of getting this feeling like they wanted to wear your skin. And this is why they offered a place for you to be. They literally wanted to marry you. And they don't want you having anyone else either. That's how psychotic they are. But that sent you into a shadow work, or very quite possibly them. You found self-empowerment and a new ambition with this energy. And it's going to bring you extreme success and triumph. And I'm also hearing with no help from them. They were hindering you. They wanted your life. They wanted you out of the picture. If it's not psychotic, it's psychotic. That's the way it feels. Smoke break. They really thought they were going to get one over on you, but they didn't. It's kind of embarrassing. Welcome in, Amber. And the reason why it's so embarrassing is because this person thought that she knew what she was doing. When she literally has no clue. Because everything she did, it all fell apart. Which I find absolutely priceless. Like the audacity of this particular person. I agree. I agree with Max. Yes, the feminine Gemini. And not just the feminine Gemini, the feminine karmic Gemini. There's a difference. Thank you, Nancy. Greatly appreciated, my dear. Because there has been some divine Geminis out there. That are very business and truthful oriented, but they're like a rare unicorn. And I really wish the world would have more of them. The thing is with Geminis, though, is that they've got the twins to deal with, right? So they can't make up their mind, and they're constantly in conflict, right? And 9 times out of 10, the karmic Geminis end up on a hefty medication to shut their brain down. Otherwise, they become psychopaths. And it's relatively sad. Because they deserve a better life than what they preside with. If they could only get the twins to actually get along. I do have compassion for them. I have no choice but to have compassion for them. I have compassion for everyone, really, I do. But there's a time and a place for everything. And they would sooner rip somebody apart and destroy them than actually help build them up. And a lot of them end up to be a pick-me. Pick me, pay attention to me. Show me compassion so that way I can attach myself to you and literally drain you of your life force. I rebuke it in the name of the divine and the Holy Spirit. I rebuke it. Any stank-ass energy shall be shut down. Put them out of their fucking misery. By the divine light, it is your vengeance. Give it up to the divine light. Shine a light on that toxicity. Put it to rest, once and for all. Because who the fuck wants to waste their time with that shit? Got no time, space, or room for it. New opportunities are coming, according to Linda. Yeehaw. Thank you, Linda. I should be okay with my power hooked up to that. All right, number 3. Let's do this. Welcome in, Mark. So number 3. You've been doing some soul searching, haven't you? Trying to figure what's holding you back. But Spirit's saying that you've been staying surface level. You would sooner pick up a pack of snorkel gear than put a snorkel or put a scuba pack on your back and go deep into your emotions and into your thoughts and into your past. And Spirit is saying that you need to really focus on your inner child. Spirit's saying that you really need to kind of clear out the karmic energy that you're dealing with. Okay? And this is going to bring you to the new version of yourself. This is going to help you recognize what's holding you back. This is going to allow you to step into your highest timeline. And you do this through courageous healing. I mean, all of your memories that you've had up to this point are just figment of memories from the past, right? It's not like there's going to be any surprises. So instead of going back into victim mentality, put your warrior boots on and look at every memory, everything that's gone on. And I'm seeing sit on the dock and let it float to the top. So for the first little while, just to kind of get your bearings, you want to sit on the dock and just watch the water. Okay, this is a figment of emotions, right? Water is the emotion. So just sit there and just be in your energy. Recognize your energy. Recognize how far you've come to where you are now. And look into all of the different things that are bubbling up to the surface, right? That keep you in this victim mentality. Okay? And take each experience that you've already been through, that you may have been a victim of, and sit with it. Okay? But when you sit with it, don't sit with it as a victim. Sit with it as a warrior, as a seeker of knowledge and wisdom. Take these experiences and learn from them. What could have I done in a different light? What could have I done to change the situation? What can I learn from this experience to maybe empower myself rather than feel as a victim? Because it does matter. It really does. And the more you sit with it and the more you alchemize that energy and transmute it, transmute the darkness, shed some light on it, and transmute it, the more wisdom that develops. the more lessons, the more experience that you can not only utilize for yourself, but this ultimately puts you in a position where you can help other people too. Number 3, I get the fact that you want to help people. You're very much a people pleaser. You're very much there to help and be compassionate to others because of the shit that you've been through. But when are you going to sit and be compassionate to yourself? When are you going to stop judging yourself? When are you going to start loving on yourself instead? Because ultimately you were focused on helping other people. And I'm speaking from personal experience. You've ultimately, you're focused on helping other people, but you're not pouring into yourself. Okay? The moment you start pouring into yourself and being empowered to change and opening up the possibilities for you to change, the more strong you get. The more you learn, the more you grow. Can I get some clarification? How can you love someone else when you don't love yourself? Constantly asking somebody else to fill that void when you don't want to fill that void yourself. You may find people get drained around you, and it's mainly because of that. This hole that you have within your heart, because of the pain and the suffering. It's brought you to a place of lack, and it's because of that. You're the only one that knows what you've been through in your life. You know your trials, you know your tribulations, you know your pain, you know your sorrow. But to hold on to that and not do anything with it, and not alchemize it, that's where you're holding yourself back. Okay? As soon as you sit with yourself and see the truth and understand that, yeah, you've been through a lot. You've been through tremendous amount of turmoil and chaos and pain. The moment you recognize that and the moment that empowers you to change and rise above it is the moment everything changes. It's the moment where you flip the table and stomp the fables that everyone has told you about yourself, that you're not good enough, that you don't meet the mark. And it's because you're constantly trying to pour into someone else of that what you don't even have for yourself. And this is why you feel depleted. This is why you feel tired. This is why you feel out of place. You're constantly picking out the old wounds and gaslighting yourself and saying that you can't do it when you need to be inspired and start utilizing that inspiration for your intention to move forward. And once you start recognizing and exposing all the pain and you start alchemizing, you're going to be able to take stock of everything that you've been through and learn from it. You're going to be able to start to see your options. You're going to start to see how far you've come and actually how powerful you actually are as an individual. It's about tapping into your intuition, your inner light, and glowing bright. So that way the darkness flees and it no longer returns. But it's ultimately up to you and no one else. You're the one that needs to be taking the courageous steps to step into your new highest timeline that's meant for you. That this is a journey that's always been meant for you. And it takes a lot of inner work to do that. And you can start by recognizing that that inner child is seeking compassion, love, and respect that you ultimately deserve, even now as you've grown older. That inner child has been shrouded and piled on of pressure, pain, sadness. But as you start to peel back the layers and you see all of what you've survived and all that you can actually alchemize, you'll realize that you're a lot more powerful than what you realize. And that's the biggest thing about it. So put your warrior boots on. Take the time out, a little bit at a time. You don't have to do it all at once. One step, one breath, one moment at a time. That's all you need to do. And everything will eventually start to fall into place. Spirit, what is the 5 stack for number 3? Right off the top. You've been fighting with yourself constantly. Self-sabotaging, not wanting to do the shadow work, yet talking shit on yourself and wondering why things aren't working out. It's the truth. However, what you don't realize is that if you continue fighting with yourself and self-sabotaging, you're going to have no other choice but to soul search. You're going to have no other choice but to recognize that you deserve better, that you're not satisfied with what you have right now. And by self-sabotaging and not doing the shadow work, you're holding back your manifestations that are sitting there waiting for you. They're sitting there waiting to be gifted to you. They're collecting dust because you're not doing the work. And by not doing the shadow work, you're creating a chaos and a discomfort within your experience, within your community. Because it's like you're walking around with a chip on your shoulder and you don't know how to deal with it. And people are starting to talk. And it kind of compounds interest of the pain, of the suffering, because you're not doing that work. Okay? Which is slowing down your progress, ultimately. Okay? You have the strength card on the bottom of the deck, though. This is about you stepping into your warrior boots and finding the empowerment, recognizing your vitality, your ability to have courage and endurance through it all. I'll tell you though, such a beautiful thing. I'm talking to people that have been abused, used, taken for granted. And it brings you to a place of recognizing you're not only having that happen to you, but you're doing that to yourself. You are the product of your environment. However, when you do that work, you will receive those blessings. And by standing on your truth and logic and justice, this will be what is going to be fulfilling the most, because you are going to rise. You will have reason to celebrate. You will have reason to be fulfilled. Because you're now filling your own cup. You're now being responsibility for your own sacred chalice within yourself. And by standing on your truth and you're doing the work, all it takes is foresight and exploration and recognition of you and all of the work that you put into yourself and all the love and intention and intuition that you've put into yourself. And ultimately this brings you and catapults you into the future. At first, it's very unbalanced, it's very unalchemized, right? But you're going to recognize a very hard truth, a very bitter truth, that the people that you poured into wasn't what you were needing to do. You were needing to pour into yourself. The people that you chose to love, you're going to grow out of that energy of people pleasing. You're going to grow out of that energy of loving these particular people that took you for granted. And once you realize that, it might get a little lonely. However, these people were not meant to stay around with you. These people were not meant to be in your reality. Okay? They were actually stealing from you energy. I don't really need to clarify this, but I will pick 3 cards. Is there anything else? Yeah. You're not only exposing your weakness and your failures to yourself, but you're nurturing it. You're nurturing the truth. And once you start pouring into yourself and loving you, you're going to put yourself into an alignment of a new balance within yourself, within your masculine and feminine, by protecting yourself and nurturing yourself. But it's also putting you in alignment for ultimate wish fulfillment with another person. You're bringing yourself to the alignment of your soulmate, rather than just a twin flame. Twin flames are meant to teach you lessons. And your divine union and your soulmate is meant to confirm all the work that you've done to love yourself and pour into yourself. To be in alignment with your highest version of yourself. And to be in alignment and to be ready to take on that beautiful love. And there's definitely some emotion there. There's definitely some tears. But understand this, that every single tear that you cry is counted. And every tear that you releases the burdens and the pain and the weight off of your shoulders. as you go through this session. So please be good to yourself. Be compassionate to yourself. Be integral. Hold integrity and forgiveness and respect for yourself. Because as you do that, and as you stick up for yourself, as you stand in your truth, people will have no other choice but to follow suit. Okay? I hope that helped you. This is a lot about healing, right? It's one of the main things that we need to do as a collective. Ditch the snorkel gear and upgrade to the scuba gear. When you're sitting on the dock and you're watching it float to the top, that's the slow way of going about it. But as this stuff floats to the top, you're going to recognize, okay, well, that's connected to this particular person or thing or situation. And you're going to see that there's a lot of roots that all of this same stuff is related to. Okay, some of us have karmic families. Some of us have karmic individuals that we have to work with. Sometimes we have our friends that we kind of take on their burdens and take on their pain, right? But as you dig deeper, you recognize that although there's a karmic family involved or whatever else, these particular situations bring you to a different light. These different situations bring you to a new perspective, but you have to have the courage to look at it and decipher and work within the riddle. Right? As Oracle Bay, she's got this, one of her cards, love her to pieces. I'm glad she's back at it again. She took some time off. Spirit guided her to take a break. And she's got this card, which is kind of funny, but she calls it Dick, right? But D-I-K, deep inner knowing. It brings you back into yourself. It brings you back to yourself by going deep within. But the thing is once you know these things, these certain things that are at the top of the water, that are just floating there like seaweed, if you take the scuba gear, you put it on and you dive deep and you follow all of this all the way down, usually you can find the root system and pluck out the plant altogether. Recognize it as a whole plant and take it out for good. Okay. We're on number 4. Yeah. All right, let's do this. I want to say thank you again to my supporters, my members, my subscribers. I love you dearly. Okay. What's going on? Bottom and the middle. What do we got? Yeah. Number 4. You've probably been in a particular situation where you know there's abundance coming, but where the hell is it? And I get this kind of energetic feeling that you're losing patience. Why do the readers always say I have abundance coming, but it never shows up? Could be one of your slogans. The situation is that you're misguided by the people outside of yourself. Okay? You've been misguided. You're thinking it one way when it's something totally different. It's not what you're thinking. And there's lessons to learn here. Okay? One of the biggest pills I had to swallow when I started to do my own inner healing is the fact that I was always searching for someone else to give me advice that I needed, thinking that their advice would trump my own. But once you stop playing stupid games and stop winning stupid prizes, you begin to realize that the only guidance that you need is the guidance from within yourself. The guidance that you search for has always been within you, and you're too scared to look at it, to see it for the truth. This is how you learn the lesson of self-worth, of forgiveness for yourself as well as others, integrity, and the ability to stand in your power. As soon as you swallow that bitter-ass pill and recognize that you are the guide to your life, you are the guide to your healing, you are the guide to your future, you are the guide to get you to your next timeline, your next higher timeline. And when you are referring to somebody else's map, you're always bound to get lost. So allow yourself to trust in you and your inner compass rather than outside influences, because they will always tend to manipulate and utilize you in a way that you don't even understand, because you're not filling your own cup. You're not learning the lesson. You're constantly bombarded by the pain and the sorrow, right? So this is why your abundance has not showed up. Okay? Because you fail to see the lesson. And that lesson has always been you. Look in the mirror and love yourself. Love your perfection and love your imperfection. Because absolutely everything that you do not love about yourself has something to teach you, and how you can show up for you instead. Can I get some clarification, Spirit? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've always been looking for a relationship to rise you above. But when you're looking for a relationship and you're in this karmic energy of misguidance, and you're always looking for outer validation, that's what's keeping you from moving forward. That's what's keeping you from moving up. And people will manipulate you. People will pull their wool over your eyes. People will try to utilize you and take advantage of you. But until you alchemize that and become the guide that you've been searching for all this time, I'm kind of feeling the magician card as well, okay? You have the ability to manipulate energy, but in a way with no harm to anyone, okay? But you have the ability to alchemize and manipulate this energy into your manifestations. But until you realize that in your self-worth, not going to happen. You're always looking for that next best compassionate person because you're not satisfied with the one you have. Yet you choose not to do the work. You choose to bypass the whole about that whole idea of inner guidance and utilizing your own inner guidance to create the way towards your next timeline. Learning to love yourself and pour into yourself. And yes, you know what? It's more or less better to think of the future rather than be nostalgic of the past. Okay, but this is how you learn the lesson, and this is how you build a new foundation on how you love yourself and how you love other people. This is about nurturing your truth. This is about nurturing the ridicule and the self-hate and the sadness. If you constantly sit in the sadness and you don't remove yourself from time to time, you become it. And this is again why your abundance has not arrived yet. You need to be in that frequency to receive that abundance. And when you have not healed, when you have not utilized your intuition, when you have not put it into gear, the learning is in the happening. And I'm picking up on one of my angel activation cards. The learning is in the happening, ultimately. And it all comes back down to you and your choices that you make. And number 4, you're worth it. You're enough. You always have been. And this goes for all 5 of you. Whatever number you picked. Okay? I have a feeling somebody wants to put their number in the chat. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a trap. Don't do it. Very well said, Bradley. Standing on business is self-respect. Let's get it. And I'm also getting like loving yourself and pouring into your own cup is a lot more effective than loving a narcissist. Because when you love a narcissist, it's only one-sided. You can love them till they're blue-lipped and it's still not going to be enough. You can crawl into that void within them to be close enough to them. It's still not going to be good enough. It will never fill your own chalice. Because by being in this position of not being healed and not wanting to heal and not wanting to be your own guide and not wanting to step into your own, you give them reason to pull from you. You give them reason to rip from you. So fill your own cup to the point where it's overflowing and you have a whole bunch of extra to give. And I've heard this out on the interwebs, that it's not about pouring from your cup. Your cup should stand in reverence and sovereignty. That's why it has a stand. That's why it has the bottom of the cup. Okay? Your cup needs to stand in reverence. And as you fill the cup, it gets taller and taller and, heavier, and it bubbles to the top, right? And if you continue being consistent You continue filling that chalice. It's going to bubble up, it's going to rise, and then it's going to start to overflow. And that's the game changer. That's when everything starts changing. That's when you flip the table. That's when you do your 180. Okay, that's where you start doing your inner work. That's when you start rising. That's when you start empowering yourself. And that's when you're no longer depleted. You no longer feel empty inside. And as that love and emotion overflow and trickles over the top, this is what you can gift to other people. If you turn what you're doing into a journey rather than a destination, that cup will overflow for the rest of your life. And that's the difference. But if you're going to sit there in victim mentality, you know, and not search through and not release that emotion and release the anger, you will continue to be fucked with. You will continue to be abused. You will continue to be manipulated. So instead of being manipulated by other people, manipulate yourself. Hold yourself accountable. Step up and into something beautiful by loving you for a change. And set the example and precedence for everybody else around you. Lead by example. Show them what growing is all about, just as I do here on my channel. Okay? So we're doing number 4, 5 stack. Okay. What's going on with number 4? Right off the top, Spirit. Okay, I picked those out. What is the scoop? Number 4. Are you giving your heart to the wrong people? That last reading you very well could resonate. But I'll tell you, the fact that you're giving to other people and not yourself is an injustice on your ability to be sovereign in your own skin as a whole individual. And it also blocks you out from sticking up for yourself and having any type of compassion, not only for yourself, but other people. Because you end up getting bitter. So it's kind of a snowball effect, right? The more you add on, the bigger the ball gets. So pull back the fucking rug, heal what's under that rug, and get rid of the rug if you have to. But rugs, they're only supposed to be area rugs, right? They're for aesthetics. The only purpose they have is to keep your feet cushy, right? So you're going to be going through a time of rest and recuperation. You very well could be going through a time of hermit mode. Confirmation. Because you ultimately need to start loving yourself first. Because not loving yourself is the injustice. By not being optimistic and not being innovative and adaptive, things are going to continue on just being the same. It takes courageous healing to step into your own and recognize and hold yourself accountable. That's all that really needs to happen. Because as you do that, you're going to grow from it. Yeah, you might cry a little. You might realize a lot of shit that shouldn't have happened to begin with, that you just allowed and you just accepted because you're a compassionate individual. But until you start filling your own chalice with compassion, you won't know exactly what it is. Okay? And although it's emotional, Kitty or Sarah there, it's like a warm hug. She's very right. The ability to love on yourself, the ability to find your self-worth is very predominant to your healing. So keep going. With going through with this, all of this stuff, it's like had you stagnant. You haven't been able to move on to it. Why? Because you're still holding on to it. 6 of crystals, the 5 of shells, the 2 of crystals, of course, and the K of crystals. So you need to guard your stability. You need to have courage. You need to make a commitment to yourself that things are going to be balanced out and adaptable. But you got to be kind of open-minded for that to happen, right? You can still have standards and live up to your own code, but always have some time. Now that's a confirmation. Always have some time to pour back into yourself and lead by example. Because that will show that the work that you're doing is actually plausible and actually real, right? Because people are going to start to see a change in you and your attitude and the way you look at life. But you've been dealing with a lot of non-reciprocal energies, specifically in the love department. However, the 5 of shells is talking about a lot of sadness that you've endured. And the 2 of crystals is about juggling all of that. But the moment you gain courage and you dig deep into this, rip it out by the root, take a look at it, maybe stick it in a fucking experiment jar, whatever. Either way, rip it out by the root. Don't stay on the dock too long. The dock is only there to say, okay, well, do I want snorkel gear or do I want scuba gear? You know, I gotta hurry up before the rental place closes. I need to rent my scuba gear if I do. Hell, I might even need training. So to unpack this with someone that you can trust, by all means, make it happen. Okay? We have the Knight of Feathers on the bottom of the deck. So somebody's coming in to enlighten you. Somebody's coming in to give you certain information that you've been waiting for. Whatever this might pertain to you. Because you've been juggling, right? You're trying to make the best out of it that you can, but you've been juggling. You need to be focusing on your energy and holding on to your energy. And then at some point or another, you'll be catapulted into your new season. You will be reaching out to your independence very soon. And you'll be taking a leap of faith as well. 2 of acorns in reverse. This is about not having the partnership that you thought you did or that you wanted. Queen of feathers. Maybe they were unnurturing. Maybe they were very cold with you as individuals. And 5 of feathers. You brought conflict not only to them and they brought conflict to you, but you brought conflict to you. Right? So this is at the precipice of change. This is at the precipice of awakening as 90%, if not further, of the collective out there in the world. You are eventually waking up to it. The veil is thinning, the veil is lifting. You're starting to see the truth, right? So a lot of the injustice that you've endured, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you brought it on yourself. Yeah, you're putting an end to it. 10 of Wands and the Page of Wands. So you're actually putting an end to it and you're getting the truth. from spirit. But you're finally putting an end to it, which is amazing. Is there anything I need to clarify on here, Spirit? A big fat nope. Okay. Let's go with 5. Number 5 is alive. By the way, number 4, don't allow people to shit talk you because you're going through something. If they're going to shit talk you, I'll tell you right now, they're very insensitive and they're not looking to help you. Okay? Don't allow their bitterness to kill you because they very well can. Even I came pretty well close to, deconstructing. But once I realized the power that I do have, things changed. I took action and I was focused as to the task at hand, and I got the task done. All right, number 5. I'm tired. Let's go. Let's go. Side note, I've always wondered why stupid ass people come into my chat showing up the way they do. Where's my marshmallows? Let's watch the whole fucking world burn. Tribe not included. Yikes. Typical Chad. A typical Chad. All right, number 5. There's some sort of either help that you're helping or somebody's wanting your help. One of the two. Or you might need help. Forgiveness. Yeah, okay. In the middle. Abundance. I'm really getting a feeling that there's a particular energy that's come for you, manipulated you, abused you, and they took away your abundance. Okay? And somehow, some way, whoever this person is that's taken away your abundance, they're looking for forgiveness. It's almost as if they need your help, and this is why they're coming in to say sorry. Let's get a clarification on it. Right off the top, Spirit, what do we got? Yeah, something that you don't see coming, there's going to be an offer of help. But this is going to be very tempting, but it's only to latch onto you and watch you. Okay? So be very, very vigilant, be very careful with who you operate with and who you allow into your inner circle. Yeah, no abundance because you've literally got no strength and stamina left. You don't want to move forward. You want to stay right where you are, right? And we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, and this is why you're not receiving your abundance, because you're choosing to stay somewhere particular. It's one thing to not have a place to go and have to alchemize it and transmute it, right? That's ideal, because just as much as the toxic motherfuckers are out there. They kind of teach us who we don't want to become. But they will try at all costs to make you become what they are, to make them feel better. You'll be asking for forgiveness. You're going to be asking for a signed autograph. You're going to be asked for definitely a new endeavor. But people are trying to sabotage this whole new endeavor, which really has me sort of perplexed. But by you exposing what needs to be exposed, things are going to be able to bring forth the forgiveness that you're looking for, even if it's for yourself. Okay? But this is particularly an energy, Two of Cups, reversed. So their role could be a Gemini, or not a Gemini, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces kind of energy in this mix. And they've left you in limbo. Well, it's time to close it off once and for all. Yeah. But understand, you do have help coming. There's definitely some sort of help coming in for you that you're not aware of yet. All right, number 5. Let's do this. 5 for 5. This is going to be coming to the end of the reading. And I'd just like to say thank you again to my tribe, my supporters, for all the love, all the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful love, and as well as the donations, the super chats, the super stickers. You really keep me moving. You keep me going. You keep me coming back. You keep me consistent. And I'm so proud to have you part of my tribe. I'm so happy, soulfully and heartfully, that you're part of the checkmate crew. All right, so number 5, you're coming out of the worst part of it. Okay? You're coming out of the worst time. But that's okay. All right? The worst is over. You need to focus on you, number 5. Hold your cards to your chest. Stop telling everybody your business. Stop telling what's going on. And I guarantee you, you'll catapult forward. You won't even know. You won't even know. We got love on the bottom of the deck. Okay? We have 4 of shells in reverse. So you know you deserve better. You know you can alchemize what's going on, but you know you deserve better. And the current situation here is that your whole foundation is falling apart. Your family is falling apart, different things, your relationships, your friendships. It seems to all just be going in an upheaval and chaos. And you're going to come to a realization that these people aren't your people. And the fact that these people are not your people, you're going to be stepping into some sort of a queen of acorns kind of energy. And because of that, the reverse queen of acorns is very manipulative, very emotionally draining. And this, in essence, has been brought into your life to wake you up. That there are better people out there. You just need to go and find them. So, nurture, comfort yourself. Focus on your own stability. Focus on your own journey rather than trying to simulate with the matrix and, you know, see it for your perspective, but also see it from somebody else's perspective. So that way you can unpack it, deal with it, and move on. But I see you walking away from whether that would no longer serves you. You're doing a great job. I think some of you, for number 5, there's a select few that have already done the work. They're seeing the fruit now on the trees. There's, you know, you very well could be seeing the harvest right now. You have a king of shells here. King of... the king of emotion. But this is like emotional slash... I don't know. You were manipulated. Emotionally. And this is what screwed you up so much. And this is why you're walking away in the first place. Stop gaslighting yourself. You deserve better. You've always deserved better than what you've received, because you give your whole fucking heart out and then your soul. You might actually be breaking up with a particular relationship soon. You've been kind of still bracing yourself for that whole situation to happen, but you're not sure exactly when. You got to come out of your space. You got to come out of your head. You got to, you know, go out and get some fresh air once in a while. It'll do the body good. And ultimately understand that you will change the way that you love yourself and others. And once you start changing that for yourself, everything's going to fall into place. Yeah. Slow and steady wins the race. You need nothing else. 2 of crystals. So there very well could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn that wants to partner up with you. They want to balance things out with you, but I don't really think that you want this. You don't want to even speak to this person because they're so delinquent and derogatory and rather disgusting. 6 of crystals in reverse. Oh, I double carded on that one. What's this? Yeah, people were manipulating you. This King of Shells was manipulating you. And they were trying to bring in about no hope. But the 6 of crystals reversed. This is about one-sided bullshit. Right? You know what side you're on. You damn well better be your own. A Page of Acorns in reverse here. Somebody's literally colluding behind your back. Somebody is literally... I don't even know. Like, it's almost kind of giving me... What's the scoop? What is the scoop? Five cards right off the top. What's the hidden scoop? What do they need to know to better their life and get rid of this manipulation? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Hello. We got the 3 of Cups reversed. Untriangulate yourself from drama. Okay? That's half your battle. because these triangulation is keeping you from your ultimate wish fulfillment, which is the cup of nines. And ultimately, this is disconnecting you from your higher power. So this is where you need to step into your power instead. Call your fucking power back, cut the cords, and step into your new timeline. You're going to have to be very strategic because the people that you're dealing with are extremely manipulative. Do it in peace. Do it very, very peaceful. Right? Because eventually you're going to let it go. You're going to let it go and you're going to bring it to the divine, and the divine's going to deal with it. Okay? That is the situation. But the moment you rid yourself of these third parties and this shenanigans, things are going to work out better than expected. I can feel it. Right? But don't allow others' ill intention to mark you or to take you away from what's important. Because they've been really trying to dim your light, dim your shine. That's not the case anymore. So stand up for yourself. You can do it classy. You can do it in such a way that you're not only respecting yourself, but you're coming forward with some sort of integrity. Right? And not allowing your outer environment to affect you. No matter how much they try. Let's get some dragon cards for you guys. Can I get 5 dragon cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for my beautiful, beautiful collective before we head out for the evening. All right, so number 1, you have the deep blue dragon. Keeps you safe by clearing your pathway. Trust that you are protected. Work on a path of light. Number 2, you've got Archangel Gabriel's dragon. Brings purification. So self-discipline and speed, Self-discipline will speed ascension and bring joy. You can carry Archangel Gabriel's diamond. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We've got green dragon. Helps you tune in to the secrets of nature. Receive answers and guidance from nature. Align with your divine essence. Pure white dragon from Orion, number 4. Transforms your ascension knowledge into pure wisdom. Process what you know, act with the truth and honesty, and let your wings of light grow and expand. And last but not least, number 5, gold and silver violet flame dragon. It transmutes the old around you with the wisdom and grace. It's time for transmutation, magic, and healing. So offer services under grace. Not only for yourself, but other people. Okay? All right, that is going to conclude your reading tonight, my friends, my tribe, my supporters. I wish you the best of beautiful, beautiful abundance, healing, love, comfort, safety. And I would like to say thank you for joining me this evening. If you can't be good at it, at least be good to yourself. So that way, you can be good to others. And if all else fails, be patient, check out my other videos, and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good evening.